Today we're diving into the world of magic by casting one of the most powerful artefacts from the Harry Potter universe, the Elder Wand. Using scrap silver, sand casting and a bit of wizardry, I'm bringing this legendary wand to life in pure silver. So stick around to see the entire process from molten metal to the final reveal of this iconic wand. Trust me, you won't want to miss this transformation.
Arresto momentum!
Thank you, Dumbledore. Welcome back to Silverpunk. In today's video, as you can see, I'm going to be making the Elder Wand from Harry Potter. A cool little thing. And you might think it's not very punk, is it, Harry Potter? But I think it is, and I'm going to explain why. My daughter, I'll be totally honest, it's more my daughter and my wife who are into Harry Potter. My eldest daughter absolutely loves it, and my wife's read all the books, and they're forever watching the films, and it's always on. And I'll be totally honest, I've never watched a film all the way through. They're all always on the TV, and they're just replaying them on Sky, so I probably have seen them all, but not in one sitting. And I thought, from the little experience I've got, I thought Harry Potter is just a wonderful character, isn't he? He isn't just a boy who lived under the stairs. When you think about it and look at it, he took on the whole establishment. He bent the rules when he needed to. He followed his own moral compass, as it were, and he just went for it. And I think it's really important nowadays to have your own, to have your own moral compass. Don't get stuck by the rules. There's so many rules and regulations, and obviously we do need rules because it keeps order, it keeps things going along nicely, but sometimes they're just, I think sometimes you got to know when to bend the rules, and I think Harry Potter gives you I want to say for kids, but for adults as well, it's kind of a good teaching tool, a teaching story. I mean, Harry will teach us that sometimes the path laid out in front of you isn't really the right one. You've got to carve your own one out. Rules are important because, like I said, they provide the structure and order. But sometimes rules can uphold injustice or suppress the truth, and breaking them becomes almost like an act of courage, I want to say. I mean, just take what's going on in the world today. We've got elections. We've just had the election over in the UK, Starmer, Sunak. And who do you believe? Who's telling the truth? When you see these guys at question time now on the TV, all they do is just call each other names and just go on about what they've said and done. And they don't really get to the problems, what's going on. It's just a load of name calling. And who do you believe? All the misinformation, whatever that is on social media. Who do you believe nowadays? So I think it's really telling the way Harry goes about things. You know, as I said, he breaks some of the rules in acts of courage. He used that polyjuice potion when he had to. It was illegal. The Ministry of Magic says you shouldn't use it, but he did, because he thought sometimes you've got life isn't black and white, is it? And he had an ethical dilemma there. The Ministry of Magic was saying you can't use it, but he was like, well, I need to use it to be able to go and do this for the greater good. And I think Harry listens to his conscience, doesn't he? He doesn't act out of, his own selfish ambition. His main thing is to protect others and do good. And I think if everybody did that, we'd be in a wonderful world. But unfortunately, we don't live in Harry Potter, do we? Not at Hogwarts, are we? But the thing I'm making today, the Elder Wand, it's a symbol of immense power in the films. And it's a wand or a tool that has been used for great good or great evil. Throughout the films, I've kind of got the thread of it. This one's been passed on from Dumbledore, obviously a goodie, and then passed over to the bad side. I think Malfoy ended up with it, and then Harry got it off Malfoy. So it's a bit of a journey this one's gone on. And one of the quotes Dumbledore once said to Harry is, "It's in our choices, Harry, that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities." And I think that's really true. It's the choices you make as a person rather than what you can actually do. If you make the right choices, you got the good character, I think that's the way forward in the world. Charisma's all well and good. Charisma, you walk in the room and everyone's captivated by you, but that disappears. But character doesn't. If you're a good character, people know you're dependable, reliable, and you're just, you're a good person. I think that's a lot better than the old charisma. I mean, there's lots of life lessons I've kind of almost fallen over watching the bits of the Harry films that I have. Harry, I mean, his friendships for one. It's all about loyalty and sacrifice. He's very loyal, and the strength found in unity together in their the friendship of the three of them. And if we're honest, a lot of the time they broke the rules together, and it was a collective defiance against wrongdoing. And again, I think with what's going on in the world today, we need more of us to stand up and come as a group and get over all, you know, the hardships and the wrongdoings. And yeah, hopefully, I really like my daughter watching them, because I think there is a lot of crossover and a lot of kind of, I don't want to say morals, that's the wrong, is morals the right word or wrong word? I'm not sure, but there's a lot of crossover and there's a lot of good lessons that can be learned. So what can we take away about Harry, and why is it a bit punk? Well, it's not about being a rebel without a cause. It's about understanding when to stand up against injustice, even if it means breaking the rules, about making choices that align with your values and for the greater good of everyone. And I think that's why the Harry one's okay to do for punk, for silver punk, because, like, you know, punk's stood up for injustices, I want to say. Can I get that in? Yeah, perhaps. Anti-establishment, at least. So in conclusion, Harry Potter shows us that life is full of choices. It's up to us to choose what paths, not only to break the barriers, but to build bridges of understanding, compassion, hope. Just like the silver in this wand, may we be resilient, reflective and radiant in our journeys. If you've enjoyed this silver pour, check this video out up here. It's another cool one.